We are just a few hours away from a very dark, a very corrosive chapter in American history, with a sloppy DA clearly buckling to radical left-wing political pressure is now about to cause serious harm to our great republic. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., former President Donald Trump is expected to arrive at New York City's criminal court to be arraigned on a series of bizarre, far-fetched charges surrounding what was a legal non-disclosure agreement signed more than 6 years ago. But according to the media mob, well, we're watching the crime of the century. Today, it was O.J. Simpson and the white Ford Bronco all over again. It was John Gotti finally being brought to justice. No man is above the law. They cheerfully exclaim in unison. Now, of course, in less than 24 hours, Donald Trump will be the first former president in history to be charged with a crime. But for what? Allegations of a mislabeled document between two private citizens, a $130,000 non-disclosure agreement, phony accusations of what, a victimless infraction, a case that relies almost in total of the testimony from a convicted, admitted liar, a felon by the name of Michael Cohen, a case that has never been tried before using a new legal theory that was never applied to anyone else, and a case that looks to be well past the statute of limitations. Now, the charges are so pathetically weak that the DOJ, the FEC, Bob Mueller, the prior Manhattan district attorney, all declined to bring a case. And former congressman, by the way, who voted to impeach Donald Trump, this is what he tweeted: "We're going to indict a former president for essentially misdemeanor falsification of business records. We are crossing the Rubicon for that." That seems like effing weak sauce. Anyway, make no mistake, what we are witnessing now, this is nothing but a blatant act of political persecution unfolding right before your eyes from a repulsive left-wing hack who had promised to take down Donald Trump on the campaign trail. Now, as the former assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, Andy McCarthy, pointed out, Bragg would have not brought these charges against any defendant not named Donald Trump. After all, Bragg barely brings charges against actual criminals, violent offenders, rapists, robbers. More than half get off without any felony conviction. They get a free pass, an opportunity to terrorize more innocent New Yorkers. Crime keeps rising, out of control. In recent days, there was a gas station stabbing in Manhattan. A journalist jumped on the subway, a woman stabbed on the sidewalk, and an off-duty police officer beaten by a biker. These are all random, high-profile attacks, by the way, which happen every day, likely carried out by career criminals who will probably never see the inside of a prison, thanks to the policies of Alvin Bragg, who is too busy now going after Donald Trump. But again, Bragg's watch and under his watch, and this witch hunt against Trump is not about keeping people in New York safe or secure. It's about keeping a campaign promise and appeasing his extreme left-wing base and persecuting political opposition, Donald Trump, and criminalizing political differences, all while attempting to hurt Donald Trump's reputation and derail his 2024 election campaign. And now the U.S. has entered a new age of political retribution. So if you're Hunter Biden, oh, let's see, there's evidence on your laptop of you smoking crack or hiring prostitutes or laundering money or maybe skirting on taxes or lying on a gun application in a Republican state. Does that mean now you can thank Alvin Bragg if you get charged with a crime? If your name is Jim Biden, Jill Biden, or anyone else from the Biden family or the Clinton family, well, you can thank Alvin Bragg if you now end up arrested on a, quote, trumped-up charge. And when Joe leaves office, or should I say the big guy, he's likely going to want to hire some good lawyers himself, because this new era of political justice, if you want to call it that, will not begin and end at the criminal court in Manhattan. As Tom Fitton of Judicial Watch stated, quote, "You can be sure that there are prosecutors all across Florida and Texas right now looking for a state law hook into the Biden family. And if they're not doing their jobs. We should have equal justice, right? Equal application of our laws." The former chief counsel for judicial nominations, Mike Davis, he told the Post, quote, "If New York can turn a routine settlement of a business dispute 7 years ago into a felony, I think Republican AGs and DAs should get creative." So I hope this is, all worth it to Alvin Bragg and all the cheerleaders in the Democratic Party and the cheerleaders in the media mob. The far-left New Yorkers who elected him on a promise to go after Trump. That was a specific promise. And I hope he enjoys his 15 minutes of fame and his celebrity status with the media mob. Because Bragg's idiotic, small-minded prosecution, this will likely all backfire. In fact, it already is backfiring. Donald Trump raised a whopping $7.5 million, apparently. We got an update tonight since news of the indictment broke, with over $1 million coming from first-time donors. Also a report today that since the indictment, close to 20,000 people have signed on to volunteer and help President Trump and his 2024 campaign. And that's not all. Look at these brand new polls. Look at Trafalgar. That's Robert Cahaley's group. Trump has gained 12 points, gone up 20% in the Republican primary, and is now well over 50%. A poll from Yahoo and YouGov has him at 57%. Matt Towery's Insider Advantage also has Trump at 57%, 80% now believing that the government has been weaponized. Now, Trump is now running neck and neck with Biden in a general election and beating outright Kamala Harris handily in a head-to-head matchup. Bragg's insidious attempt to get Donald Trump might well catapult him right back to the White House.